Hey, it's Tuesday morning. It's 8 o'clock. So
Yeah.
hey, we're here. Hope you are too.
Yeah.
Well, you must be here, except the lights keep going out.
Oh, fuck. I got, hey, whoa, TV. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
We we
It's,
we we were starting to set up this morning, and
I
first
hate
sound,
everything.
the sound wasn't going on, and then the lights weren't going on.
My light's going off.
Yeah,
My Bluetooth speaker starts playing. This is the most completely unprofessional show that you guys have ever seen from us. And we're pretty
yeah.
unprofessional.
And if there's anything that can possibly go wrong,
It's
it
happening.
will. It will on this show.
And I haven't even gotten to work yet. So
I know.
can't wait for this day.
Right, yeah. You're starting off on the wrong foot, right?
I got a 10-hour day ahead of me.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to warn everybody right now at work. Leave me alone.
Right.
Let me do my job, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Light went back on.
Yeah, I'm fixing it right now.
Yeah. So, hey, go serve. I paid my bill.
Yeah, I don't know if I paid it, but I think so. I don't have CoServe. I have TXU Energy.
Oh, see, and I got co-serve because I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I had a choice, and I went with TX. So
Yep.
I don't know. They all suck, and they're all rip off. But TX
That's right.
has Matthew McConaughey in the commercials. That
Yep.
was my choice. I was like, oh, I like Matthew McConaughey. I'm going to go with TX.
That's right. If he tells me it's okay, it must be okay.
Yeah.
Because Matthew.
By the way, my light is still having issues, guys. So
Yeah,
can
yeah.
we do this show so I can go smack somebody?
Right. Go take that light and just throw it across the room.
God bless it.
But hey, we're past the holidays.
Thank
And
God.
did you keep everything you got, or did you have to return anything?
Uh, well, when you're old like me, you don't get a lot. You don't get a lot of stuff,
You don't ask for a lot.
You don't ask for a lot and you don't get a lot.
Right.
The things I did get, I don't think I had to do anything this year. I did have to do something with Luke because I ordered something, and honestly, the description, I read it. I read the description and it sounded fine, but when it came in the mail, I was like, bro, no, this is not cool. So
Yeah.
I did have to send something back and exchange it. Um, but man, the returns, the return policies on some of these, man, and the return process is very frustrating because some of it is really good. Like, I got to give it to Amazon, not to say they're perfect, because they're not, because I've got some stories, but they do make it very easy to return right away. Like 99.9% of the time, they're like, don't worry about boxing it up. Just
Right.
take
Right.
it to UPS,
Open box.
open box. Like UPS is a drop off. I found out inadvertently, Kohl's, every Kohl's has an Amazon return in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to Kohl's very much. So, but yeah. So when I had to take one of Luke's things back, it was still in the package. And I had kind of opened it because I was worried. I was a little like worried about. So I guess there was two things. So I opened the package and I was like, yep, nope, 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 nope. Boom. Started the return process on Amazon. It gave me a QR code. I took it to Kohl's. They scanned the QR code, took my package, gave me a receipt confirmation within 2.5 hours because I opted in to have it on my Amazon account because I was just going to buy the right one. So I didn't need it to go on my credit card. Within 2 hours, the money was in my Amazon account. And then I bought what I got for Luke, and then it came in the mail the next day. No problem. But that's an easy one. But some of the other processes of like print up a label, repackage it, drop it off at the post office. I don't want to use the post office. The post office is so antiquated.
Now, well, there are some though that you open it up and there's the return label that's right
Yeah.
inside the bag. So If it doesn't fit,
That's
whatever, you
cool.
put it back in the bag, close it
Slap
up,
it
put
on.
the label on, and then you go to the post office and there's 40 people standing in line
With one person.
to mail something, but you can bypass the line and just put it on the counter and walk out of there.
It's true. The biggest thing for me though with that is I want a confirmation of it when they scan it. I want that receipt because
Yeah,
a lot of times they don't give you a confirmation.
Yeah,
I had a situation happen with me. I bought Luke a video game for his birthday. And it said multiplayer. And I was like, cool, him and I are gonna, kill some aliens. And it was multiplayer online only. And
oh,
yeah, and that's my bad. I didn't read further. But I didn't want Luke to have that because I don't need my 6-year-old playing with God knows who online.
right,
I think that's ridiculous. I actually hate that about video games these days.
right.
So I took it back, or I exchanged it. I just said, and again, I did the same thing with this was Amazon. This was a bad Amazon story. I said, just credit my account with the money and I'm gonna buy a different game. Well, they did credit my account with the money. But do you know, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I got an email from Amazon saying we are still looking for this return that you started. And I'm like, what return? And I looked at it and it was from back in September. And I'm like, you guys already credited me the money.
Right.
So I had thrown away the little confirmation because I'm like, well, I got my money, so clearly we're good, right? I threw it away. Plus, it's like, December, almost January. I had to dig through the email, find the initial return that when I got the email that said initiated return and that had the label on it. I had to call customer service because they were about to just charge my Amazon account or freeze it until I paid it. And I'm like, you guys just now fix. So, I mean, you do got a CYA with that, but it's better than store returns.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you say, I really like the item, but I need one size larger. So I just want to exchange it. You can't go in and just say, here, I bought the medium and I need the large.
Swap it out. Swap it.
Yeah, here, just can I give you the medium and I'll take the large? No. You have to go and return the medium, get the credit, and get an either in-store credit or a credit to your account, and then go back and repurchase the new item because that's what the computers are all set up to do now.
Well, and it sucks too because like you said, if you get that in-store credit, inevitably they just put it either on your app, like Target, they'll put it on your app, or they'll give you a little stupid gift card for whatever the amount is, right?
Right.
But then you got to go through the trouble of getting it and then waiting in line and paying for it. The worst is when they're like, oh, we just put it back on your credit card. That'll be there in 7 business days. Well, wait a minute. So you got my money, you keeping it for
And
7 business days. You got the item, and now I got to spend more money to buy this item today. So I'm out the money for 7 days, double the money, but you're okay with it. Like I had a situation. I ordered online something. This was right after COVID. So, the mail just sucked anyway, and it's even worse.
They had nothing else to do,
Yeah, I had nothing else to do.
No.
This item took forever to get here. And I got it, and it was wrong. I mean, I was like, man, why would I order this size? And I look, and I'm like, I didn't order this size. So I had to call them. We had to start the process. Well, they wanted you to print up the label. They didn't give me a label. They wanted you to print up the label. And I'm like, dude, look, I know I'm in Texas and we're kind of like done with COVID, but there are some places that aren't. So me going to go print up something because I don't have a printer at my house, this is a process. So they ended up giving me a QR code that I could scan at the post office. Well, the post office during post-COVID was a nightmare. So I went to the post office, waited in line. They scan it. They print up their little receipt. Boom. I had done the exchange already on the phone. They said the minute that they scan that QR code, they have notification that the post office has it. They will send my other product out. Do you know they sent me the exact same product? And I'm like, you got to be, So I call again, and at this point, I'm just like, I don't even want it anymore. Just give me my money. Like, you suck. You're missing the purpose. I call somebody, I talk to them about it. I have to do the same thing again. Because this isn't even something that I can use. I go to do it again. No problem. I kid you not, hand to God, 3 times I got the same freaking product. Finally, I went to do the return again. I sent an email. I mean, again, it's kind of post-COVID era. We're still trying to figure out things. I don't have anything to do but be mad. So I sent them, I emailed, I complained, I posted on social media. I finally was like, you know what? I'm just going to sell this and get my money back. So I posted on Marketplace. I think I got $1 less than I paid for it. And I didn't have to deal with the stupid post office.
Right.
Do you know a month later, I got my actual product. It came in the mail and I'm like, what is this? I didn't order it. And I look at my credit card. They didn't charge me. I open it up and it's the right size. And I'm like, I don't even care at that point. I'm like, you know what? That's on you, man. You all messed up.
But and the other thing is there's a lot of stores, maybe less now than there used to be, that would not give you a credit on your account or whatever. They just give you an in-store credit.
Right.
And the thought behind that for the company is they give you a piece of paper that says, you now got this piece of paper that's worth $87. You're going to just put it in a drawer someplace. You're going to forget about it.
True.
And it also has like a 90-day expiration. So now if you don't use the store credit within 90 days, they got your $87. You got nothing, and goodbye.
Well, the other weird thing too is the other strange thing is not strange, but their thought process is you got an $87 gift card. You go to the store, you're probably going to spend 100. So they just made money off you, you know,
Sure.
like now I'm not that guy. I'm like, I got a $15 gift card. Let me do the math. Let me
Yeah.
get my $14.99 out of it and save that penny for my next purchase, you know, like,
Well, I mean, that's true. That's almost absolutely true if you give a food type gift card to a restaurant.
given.
You know, you give somebody a $25 gift card, you know darn well that you're not going to be able to go in there and buy 2 $12 meals plus tax and cover it with a $25 gift card, because you're
Oh, absolutely.
and spent with it, which is what they're hoping you'll do.
And inevitably we all do. I mean, like, that's why it's so easy for places to give you credits. That's why Amazon wants you to go ahead and say, hey, just credit my account. Because
Right.
most likely, yes, you're going to spend that money, but it's not going to be even. If you got a $50 card and you find something that evens out to 50, I mean, you probably could, but inevitably you're going to get something that's like $39. You know, well, you got this extra money. Well, you might as well just put that towards another item. And there's still, so you're still creating that. It's very rare that
Right.
they don't make out on the deal.
Right.
But the returns, I think Amazon might be the best for returns. Again, I'm not saying there's not issues. Whenever you're dealing with something flying back and forth and technology, I mean, you got issues, but it's got to be better than these other places. And unfortunately, I feel bad for the mom and pop shops because they just don't have good return policies. Genuinely, they can't, because they can't take the cost. But they're like, okay, return it, and it has to be an in-store credit. Well, what if it's a very specific store for a very specific item that you only want this one time a year, or you only want for somebody? Like, then having an in-store credit is not good. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go back to that store.
But the mama papa, if you're a good mama papa operator, you really want the customer to come back and return
Sure.
the item, so you can say to them, I'm really sorry you had a problem with it. Now, let me help you find something else.
And that's it.
And then
Absolutely.
you help them find something else, or you upgrade them, because the mama papa stores, the most important thing is to get the body through the door.
You got to get
Get
them
the
through the
people
door, man.
in the store, because
100%.
you know that's what Amazon and all the big box stores don't have. It's, you got to pick it out. You got to go to a checkout counter or whatever. There's no help, no personalized service, or today we're getting to the point where, everything is self-check. We went to a shop the other day to get a few items, and I personally like to go through a checkout lane with a cashier. I like people. What can I tell you? So how are you today? And talk to them. My wife says, no, let's go to self-check. It's easy. Go over to self-check. Well, she scans the first item, no problem. The second item won't scan. So now we need some help over here. The girl comes
Yeah.
over. She's got to punch in a bunch of numbers on the screen in order to clear it
Sure.
out. And then
Sure.
she scans it. Okay, thank you very, very much. Go ahead, scan the rest of the stuff. Same thing happens. Something else isn't going right. Then you finally get all of the items scanned and it goes to the payment, and there's something wrong with the payment. It's not reading her credit card.
Yep.
I need some help over here with checking up. I mean, I could have gone through and said hello to a cashier. They would have written everything up, bagged it and everything. I would have been halfway home by the time we got out of the self-check lane.
No, it's true. Like, I mean, you end up wasting your time 9 times out of 10 anyway. So that personal touch, especially for the mom and pops, brings it back. Then you got stores too. Like, it always cracks me up. The people that try to bring stuff back that is old. Like, and I'm talking like, you didn't just buy this. Like, it always cracks me up when I see people trying to bring something back and I'm like, man, we don't even carry this anymore. So like, what do you do at that point? Like, how'd you decide that you want to bring it back? And there are some stores that will just take it because they'd rather make that customer happy and retain them. But to me, I'm like, you're making them happy, but they're also taking advantage of the system. Like, you know what I mean? At some point, you got to be like, nah, we're not taking that back.
This item that you're bringing back clearly says 2021.
Sir,
right there it says model 2021.
Sir, we don't have VHS anymore. Okay, I'm not sure why you're trying to bring back a VCR here. Okay, sir, I don't. Your 8-track player is gone, sir. It's got
yes, sir. We don't take Blockbuster videos anymore.
I had a company, and I forgot the name of them, but I need to go back to them soon. And I did it forever. It was a coffee company where it was a subscription service, but you basically picked out coffees that you liked, your style, and whatever, and they would ship them to you once a month. You could do bi-monthly if you wanted.
Yeah.
It was really cool though, because number one, their customer service was amazing. The people I talked to wanted to know your profile. Like they didn't want to know like, oh, I drink cappuccino. They want to know like, what do you like about the dark roast? What do you like about, and they would hone it in. And they knew their coffee. I learned a lot from just talking to this one girl on the phone for like 30 minutes. And they knew their coffee, and you could pick it from all these small roasters from across the country. I got some great ones from New York and Boston. I got some good stuff from Italy, small roaster in Italy. If I was ever to go over to Italy, I would go to this place and just drink their coffee. It was phenomenal, but it was reasonably priced for what the coffee was. And you set up this queue, kind of like the old Netflix days when they used to mail out DVDs, the good days. And you get your next one. But what was cool about it was they would give you an alert, sent out the coffee, should be here. You could track it. Well, I think it was my second bag. I never got it. It never showed up. And I was like, dude, they charged me. So I emailed them. They got on the chat. I chatted and they're like, you know what? We're going to send you that bag out again. And your next one's on us. So what they did was they sent that bag out again. And then they added a bag, like a credit.
Yeah.
For the next one. So it was like, I got my bag, and then a couple of weeks later, I got the, like 2, and I had to pay for it. You want to talk about good customer service? They also, if you did not like the coffee, they would exchange it for you. You could mail it back. They had a label. I mean, this is an awesome run company. I wish I could remember the name of it. It's in my email somewhere, but you want to talk about customer service and easy return policy. Oh my God.
Yeah, I found, you know, I do most of my coffee in K cups and all, and I found a supplier of K cups that they package in boxes of 96 K cups.
Nice.
And
Why don't they just make it 100?
it's reasonably well because that's 12, that's what,
Yeah.
eight dozen
Boom, boom,
or
boom.
something.
I know, but
It's a
just
dozen.
throw 4 more in there. I hate that.
But
Anyway.
But like you'd get 7 dozen of these basic coffees, you know, the Italian blend, Ethiopian blend, Kenya, all that. But then there was like a dozen of flavored coffees, and I don't like flavored coffees. I just like pure coffee. So I called them and I spoke to a young lady who was one of the principals of this small company. And I said, listen, I just like coffee for the coffee's sake. I don't want hazelnut flavor and all these butter toffee flavor and all that kind of stuff. She says, what do you want? And I said, I want a dozen of this, a dozen of that. She says, okay, we're going to call it Stewart's Choice. So now when I run low, I just send an email. I need a refill of Stewart's Choice. They ship it out to me. You know, and you know, that's we have always said that's what the mama papa operator has
Sure.
to do to stay in business is
Absolutely.
to just do what the big boys won't.
You're right, and they won't. 97% of the big boys won't. There are some large companies out there that are still doing it. I work for one, you know, that gives you, I mean, nobody's perfect, but they give you something that the others don't. They just do.
Yeah.
I see it on the customer service side. I see it on the employee side. I see it on the fact that you can walk around and probably run into like 40 different employees before you even make it in, you know.
Yeah.
You got to give them that personal touch. And even now, even though I can't remember the name of that coffee company, it's like Coffee Trade something, I don't know. I'm going to go back to them come January. I'm going to go back to them.
Right.
I got to get my coffee grinder fixed, but you know, actually,
and your computer light.
Right. Well, actually, the minute that the coffee grinder went down today, I already ordered one. I got on the phone. I was like, son of a biscuit, you know? So I should have one tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, that's good stuff. And it's cool to, what I like about those things, you know, here's another one. Yeti, the Yeti competitor, what is it? Arctic, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Those are guaranteed for life. You want to talk about how easy it is? I had one of my bottoms of my Yeti is weighted on the inside. It's like a weight to, you know.
Yeah.
So it stays and I went to drink it and I heard this like ka-chunk and I'm like, what the? And I thought the bottom like screwed out. I'm like, is there some hidden compartment in here that I could hide illegal contraband? And, you know, I just thought maybe in case I was ever smuggling anything, you know. And I was like, oh, it's the weight. And it was just kept on. I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, wait a minute, this is Yeti. I went online. I don't have the receipt. I got this stupid thing as a gift years ago.
Yeah.
I told them about it. I gave them a picture of it. I told them what was happening. Do you know that they sent me one like 2 days later? Brand new. All I had to do was put that one back in the box, slap a sticker on it, and stick it in the mailbox. I didn't have to drive anywhere. Just stick that son of a gun in the mailbox. I got my brand new. I'm like, okay. And then I filled out a little survey online just to let them know that it was okay. And I mean, so I've had some good experiences when they say, hey, guaranteed for life. It's pretty impressive.
Well, and that also makes you a customer for life. And
Absolutely.
You're going to tell other people, oh, well, if you want, get this brand because it's guaranteed for life. And if you got a problem, they'll take care of you. You know, and that's what some companies have to do in order to stay competitive.
Well, because think about it. Let's see, 3.5 years, maybe 4 years I had that Yeti.
Yeah.
And no issues. Okay. 4 years is a long time to have a cup.
Yeah. And what you can do is you can just put that Yeti in your will and leave it to Luke. And then if he has a problem with it 40 years from now, it's guaranteed for life.
Dude, he's got his own Yeti. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I should have guessed that one.
And actually, it's a Yeti that he's had to use at school sometimes because he takes a water bottle, and this one's like got a screw top with like a sipper.
Yeah.
But he left his water bottle at school, so I had to give him the Yeti one, which I don't like to do. And you can write on there, like I wrote his name on there, but it always comes off, even permanent. So it now has a trash talk sticker on the Yeti. And it says his name on there. I'm like, ain't nobody taking that, bro. He's at school drinking trash talk. What's that? Oh, that's my dad's show.
See, it's all about promotion.
It is, maybe I'll get his teacher to listen to it or something. I don't know.
There you go. All right. Well, you go out and make it a great day and all. And one thing about Trash Talk is there's no returns on this show.
There should be, because some of our shows aren't good.
yeah, we're working on it. But once you see us, you own us.
Yeah, that's true.
Go out and make it a good one. We'll see you again next week. Bye.